Chicago at Los Angeles Chargers. Let me ask you this. Okay. If the Bears lose the next 4 out of the 5, because it's already been announced Tyson Bagent is playing, do we see the first in-season head coach firing?
I think it's like...
I know at that point you might as well finish out the year.
From so many perspectives, I think in a weird way, it's almost beneficial to keep him. And hear me out why I'm saying this.
Okay.
Because we see this happen a lot. Let's just be realistic here. Every Bears fan that is invested in the future of the team and not just the now, and that pays attention to the roster construction, right, team building, would agree that losing out is the best case scenario. See, and here's where it gets what my point comes in, because if you fire Flus, right, the Flus juice as we know, it's
the
banned.
Flus juice.
Flus juice has been literally contaminated. It has lead poisoning. The factory is shut down, right? But it's like if you can him out now, and then you get the hype up for a week or two, and there's a new guy, the interim guy gets the squad going. You see it happen all the time.
Yep.
And they win one fucking game. And that one game either makes it where you're in a CJ Stroud type of situation or something. And I'm not using Texas as the example. It's not the same thing. But you get what I'm saying, where it actually helps you out a lot. But more likely than not, which normally is winning that extra game is where you look back and you're like, oh my God, that was the one where we could have had this guy. And what does that game mean to us now? So I think it's like, you let the morale keep just fucking rolling like a ball of shit down the mountain. Just let it keep compiling into more shit. Because it's like you tell Flus to go to you kick him out. Then the shit ball stops rolling down the mountain. It gets replaced by a ball of like fucking joy and happiness for a week.
Garbage.
That joy and happiness turns into one win on the fucking sheet, and the one win turns into a decade of what ifs.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why it's like, just keep him and just let the shit ball keep rolling down the mountain.
That's
the analogy at this point.
So let's get into the Bears, man. Let's get in. What do you want to talk about? Bears or Chargers first? We can just stick on the Bears.
Let's just get the Bears out of the way first. Well, let's just call it for what it is.
Mind
right?
you,
most disappointing team we've had all year, right? I mean, it's just that we knew this. We knew that nothing has changed. And what sucks is for you guys is that this was the first week you're not in the number one pick category anymore, right? That's a little concerning.
Because we won the meaningless game against the Raiders.
And because if the Cardinals get that pick, you know how much they're going to be asking for that. I mean, it's to the point where the Bears are not going to be able to get back up. Yeah, the Bears would not be able to get back up there. So it starts to get to the point where I know you guys are a little worried. This is a little worrisome because the Cardinals...
Yeah, but they're getting Kyler back. That's my saving grace.
That is the saving grace. That definitely is. But either way, it's like this Bears team, they could win in one more game. It's like, even with Bayesian out there, it's like, we know the Bears are not a good team. But it's like, it's a tough situation no matter what. It banks on literally, that's why we were saying, if you're the Bears, right, but that's what makes it such a fucked up situation, is nobody in the team, on the roster, in the building right now, is going to be actively fighting to make the team worse. They're going to be fighting to win every week. So it's like, the Bears winning games is not good for you guys.
No.
The situation gets exponentially worse the less you have draft capital. And I don't know. It seems like my thing that I've been getting recently from a lot of Bears fans is it's like a lot of Bears fans seem to think that like just plugging in a couple of line pieces and a new receiver is like the way to fix the situation.
Culture sucks. Everything sucks.
It's like, it's not that easy. And again, for me, it starts with you guys getting a generational talent somewhere. And it's got to, you guys got to get a generational talent this year. Whether it's Marv or whether it's Caleb or one of the QBs you guys want. I think it's got to be Caleb. You guys know where I stand. I know it's polarizing. That's the thing. It's polarizing, and it's going to be really interesting to narrow down towards the end of the year.
Yeah. So Justin Herbert shit all over us.
But are you surprised? Because this has been the Bears defense is almost like a gimme week. If you're a struggling QB, you might as well come in and see the Bears defense at this rate. Especially because if I'm not mistaken, Jaquan Brister's going to be injured again this week.
Concussion protocol.
Kyler Gordon out again, right?
I don't know about Kyler. I know Tyson Bagent has been named the starter versus the Saints, even though Justin said that's when he was going to come back.
That is cause for...
Oh, no. It's very concerning to the point where I've almost stopped paying attention to the Bears because it's like, I don't think the team knows what it wants to do. And it's just like, at this point, it's like, okay, well, I have zero hope for like the future right now.
Yeah, the Bears and the Giants are definitely in the two bleakest situations.
Yeah.
I think we can say that right now. If I'm an idiot, you could leave a comment, tell me if I'm crazy, but I'd say that's for sure. Right? Those got to be the two bleakest situations.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Bears you guys are really banking on this draft pick.
Oh, banking on it.
Like, you guys are banking heavy.
It needs to be the first overall pick.
It really does. This is it's really, this is the draft that's going to be able to either steer you guys into another few years of just rebuilding, or like if you guys can really get the wheels rolling. There's no in between.
Made the Chargers defense look really good.
Yeah, I'd say if you're the Chargers, though, you'd want to see the run game get going a little more this game, right? I mean, it was kind of surprising they only put up 1.9 carry with Austin.
The Bears, I'm not going to lie, the Bears' run defense has been pretty good the last couple games.
It has. Your guys' run game is good, and your run defense has been good. It's weird. It's like the two redeeming silver linings of the Bears this year.
Yeah. We didn't really get the run off this game, but the Chargers' defensive line did a good job of kind of like consistently pressuring Tyson Bagent, but the Bears O-line, I felt like didn't give up a ton of pressure on Tyson, because I think they only had 1 sack on him. But is that a thing of like, does Justin take too many sacks?
Yeah. And also, I want to talk about it real quick. And what better time than right now? What was the thing you sent earlier in the? Because I was busy earlier. I wasn't able to look at, but I saw it real quick where it was like the Justin, like behind the scenes, they're trying to get the announcers of game. Like,
Tyler sent that, but basically it was saying like,
I thought you sent that. My apologies.
It was just like, from my understanding, like the way like Bears brass and like coaches are like speaking about the two quarterbacks, it makes it seem that like they're out on Justin, and like that Tyson is playing the way that they want him to play. And like that Justin, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, why isn't Justin playing versus Saints? And why, like, Eberflus said he's still week to week, not day to day. Like,
yeah, right. Like, and if you're Justin, he's like you said, he's probably ready to get back out there. It's animosity building in a building that already has a bunch of animosity.
Yeah, it's a very bad situation right now.
It's atrocious. But if you're a Chargers fan, get back game you needed desperately.
Yeah.
Couldn't have fallen at a better time.
If they would have lost this game, I think Brandon Staley could have been fired.
That was the funniest thing I want to say too before we move on, is it's like, in the Al-Akbar after the game, I'm sorry, sometimes I'm just like, I don't even mean to like rail on the guy, but I'm like, he just doesn't get the guys. I feel like he does not get the boys rolling.
No.
Like, it's just, even his post-game speech, it was just like, it's like, you can't be acting like this when you're out here like, I don't know, man. No. All I'm gonna say is he just doesn't get me fired up. That's what I'm gonna leave it at more than anything. He wouldn't get me fired up personally.
Do you got anything more to say on this game? It's a fucking disappointment. So
disappointing all
I knew
around.
they were gonna lose, but not like that. I knew they were gonna lose probably like this, but I hoped it wasn't like that.
It's how about say prayers for Bear Nation?
Prayers for Bear Nation.